my cousin calling her and like talking like, tía, puedes venir para afuera, puedes ayudarme a hacer algo, puedes venir ahorita.
For a simple read.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Well, guys, I'm a liar. In my last video talking about this whole Mr. Beast fiasco, I promised that that video would be the last time I talked about all of this Mr. Beast nonsense that's been going on. And I meant that until yesterday happened. Yesterday on Twitter, a bomb was dropped in the form of a tweet by a former Mr. Beast employee that makes every single thing we've talked about thus far infinitely worse. Now, if you're not caught up on this whole Mr. Beast situation, at this point, there's honestly just too much to go through for a simple recap. I normally try and provide context for these videos, but seriously, there's like 6 or 7 weeks, maybe even more, of constant controversy to go through. So if you want to get caught up, I will shamelessly plug my first video that I made on this entire situation, because from this point forward, I'm going to be working under the assumption that you sort of know what's going on, and you're at least somewhat familiar with the very long list of allegations that Mr. Beast and his team are facing. Because the situation we're going to be talking about today, while it still sounds pretty damn bad on its own, is so much worse when you have the full story that I almost couldn't believe this when I first heard it. But before we get to this tweet, we have to talk about why this tweet was made in the first place. A lot of you guys will probably remember the YouTuber Dogpack404. He's one of the guys who blew the roof off this whole Mr. Beast situation in the first place, with the video that he made accusing Mr. Beast of exploiting his audience, faking videos, running illegal lotteries, and a whole lot of other not-so-good things. And 2 days ago, he came back with another video titled, "I Work for Mr. Beast, He's a Sociopath." Now, in this video, he interviews a former Mr. Beast employee named Jake Weddle, who has quite a lot to say about how things are done on the Mr. Beast YouTube channel. Now, we're only going to be looking at a very small portion of this video, just a few minutes, but I would recommend that you give this full video a watch because it's pretty eye-opening and it confirms a lot of things that a lot of people have been thinking for quite some time. One of the most important things they talk about, I think, is that Jake was supposed to be a part of a video where he attempted to spend 100 days in solitary confinement, and it went terribly. He was basically tortured, and it was just an awful situation that Mr. Beast went on to recreate multiple times. Throughout this year, I've made a couple videos talking about those kinds of videos where he's putting people in solitary confinement, and I talked about how weird and immoral I thought those were, and nobody took me seriously. Okay, that's kind of an exaggeration, but the fact that he's been able to make so many videos like that since, with very little pushback, is insane. But that's just one aspect of what Jake talked about. Like I said, I would really recommend giving the video a watch. These first-hand accounts of people who interact with Mr. Beast on the daily are pretty intense, which I think you'll get an idea of from the bit we're watching today. We're taking a look at the last, 5 minutes of the interview, where Dogpack404 questions Jake Weddle about if he ever heard of sexual misconduct in the company outside of Chris Tyson. And his answer to that is what we're going to watch now. And I don't want to play out in full because I feel like talking about this clip without telling you guys the tweet that followed it would kind of be pointless, because the tweet we're going to be looking at makes this look good. Somebody saying something that looks a little bit bad, but who knows what's the actual story behind it. It is clip being something that might genuinely have the potential to ruin the Mr. Beast game, which is something that previously I really didn't think was possible. The clip is about 2 minutes long, and here it is.
Full of good questions. You're like a child whose parents think it's clever, or the IRS. Well, this bank's got some safety deposit boxes, and in one of those safety deposit boxes are some bonds being hidden from the tax man, and no one's going to report missing. All starting to make sense. Security should be light, well, relatively light. Light if your daydreams or raids on the Union Depository. Quite heavy if your day job is turning over liquor stores and gas stations. And the bonds in the box will be worth more than a few rumpled notes from a till, so the minor escalation is worth it if you can handle it. Plus, if they see you, nothing like staring at the ocean while you contemplate money, power, incarceration, homicide, all those weighty issues surrounding your first foray into serious armed robbery. I'm assuming you're kind of a cerebral group, because I'm not talking.
On the registry.
There it is. Take a look. Drink it in. I've patched into their security feed on my cell.
And like
Take
you
a look.
can, you know,
What are we looking at?
someone sees in public
Small
you're on the
joint,
registry, you
not
know,
much
you get it.
security. Staff won't
You
give
can
a
still have a
crap,
job after you're on
especially
the
about the
that's
deposit
not one.
boxes.
That's one thing.
Customers will probably be
When you go to
thinking, how
prison,
to
you get
turn this into a
rehabilitated. That's one thing.
screenplay.
You know, you do your time. That's
Boxes are in
fine.
the back
I think you
behind
should
the
be like
safe
the
door. We want
rehabilitation
box number
inspector.
167.
But that guy,
Yeah, it's right on the highway.
from what I
Access.
hear, like I can't
Works for
confirm
you.
or deny
Get
it.
out
From what I
quick,
hear,
but it'll also work for the
he's on the
cops.
registry for doing
Speed up
some
their
not
response
great
time.
stuff with some underage people.
Okay? Okay.
And then
We've
do that.
seen what we're gonna see.
He's
Let's
working
go
at
to
a
the
channel
garment
that
factory.
has underage people on and around. It's targeted to underage people.
Now,
And they covered up
you
the
hit
fact
the
that not
bank,
only
you're
did
gonna
he
need to hack
work
into
there,
its security system. I've written a neat
but he
little
was like the
program
manager
that
when
will
it
do
all
most of the
started.
work for you, but it's probably a good idea for you to
All right,
familiarize
Jay.
yourselves with it. You, in the passenger seat. I've sent
All
up
right,
your
Jay.
remote. Take it for a dry run. Keep your hands steady. Maybe
All
the
right,
wet
Jay.
run will be a disaster.
All right, Jay.
I'm calling Paige. She's my assistant. First, she's gonna get us what we need. Then she's gonna saw me. Then she's gonna saw me in half. No? Didn't like that one? You don't make it easy. Paige, it's Lester. The place looked good. Nothing we weren't expecting. Can you get the intel together? Hard copies to go on a notice board. Yeah, plus all the equipment we spoke about. I'll be over to collect it with those people. Yeah,
Where's McDonald's?
charming as
Where's
ever.
McDonald's?
Okay, see you soon.
In the back.
She's loading the hardware into the back of a truck. Tools for the job, things for you to wear. On a job, your attire will depend on the role you're performing. As the job gets more complicated, so will the uniforms. If you're likely to be seen by civilians, you'll be provided with a couple of masks. Then, when you go into the bank, you can choose one that goes with your eyes. And hey, there's the added bonus of none of your favorite comic convention outfits being linked to a major crime. Whoop-de-doo. Where were we? Ah, masks. Paige. Oh yeah, we'll go over there, pick her up, and go back to your place. There she is. Leave my car here, take the truck. I should be using my cane.
Hey.
Now it's back to the apartment. Is it all there?
I think so. You want to get out and check? Go down the inventory? Or are you happy sitting there making a perfect butt imprint in your easy wipe seat?
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. It should all be there. The clothes, guns, headsets, holdalls, masks, the drill. The files with all the photos and surveillance work. Hey, there's enough here to make us all look real suspicious. Nice little conspiracy to commit robbery charge waiting to happen.
What, they're gonna charge us with thought crime?
Not so much thought as everything but the deed crime. We'd be caught with our pants down and a hard-on out to here.
Well, we're not getting caught. These are professionals.
So...
And you know that he knew him because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around, and whatever he is. He's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you were a registered sex offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to? Is it more on the nose, or I don't know why they let him go, because there's rumors back and forth, So I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point.
Okay, so this is what caused me to break my promise on not making any more Mr. Beast videos, because holy fucking shit, this is insane. From just this clip alone, this looks absolutely terrible. You've got an RSO working at a YouTube channel that not only targets children as their audience, but also includes children in a lot of their videos. An RSO who is on the registry not for some sort of victimless crime like this guy mentioned, like peeing in public or something, but for something that involved an individual between the ages of 1 and 11. Couple that with the fact that he's wearing a mask in the video they were showing when nobody else is. There's really only so many reasonable conclusions you can come to. Now, once this video went live, it did not take people a very long time to find out this guy's real name and confirm that he is in fact on the registry for a crime with a victim aged 1 to 11. Screenshots of his registry info are all over Twitter. I'm not going to show that because YouTube will probably not like that, but pretty much everything that this guy said has been confirmed to be true, not only by random people on Twitter, but also by a tweet made by the RSO's brother-in-law, Jake the Viking, another former Mr. Beast employee. Here's what it reads. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. I didn't include this in the clip, but the nickname of the RSO is Delaware. Yes, he is an RSO. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of sexual assault when she was 11. Delaware took a plea deal. That's why there was no jail time, but he still had to register. His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. This is another part of the clip that I did not include, but Jake Weddle said he heard rumors that the guy's nickname was Delaware because he wasn't allowed to go back to Delaware. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired at Mr. Beast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017/2018. Delaware was also let go from the company before I was. Delaware was supposed to be a behind-the-scenes manager, but in a couple videos, he was asked to partake because we needed people. He was reluctant, especially in the straitjacket because of his charges, and that's why he wore the mask. Delaware's charges are set to be dropped this fall. Delaware has been nothing but a good person, an amazing husband to my sister, and the best father and two pieces that I could ever ask for. They want this and want to just live their lives away from the limelight. I understand why anyone would be upset and frustrated over these allegations, and I do not blame them. Hurting kids in any way is completely unacceptable.
What?
Okay, I'll look after this. Lester will come by your place when you're ready to go.
But in the case of Delaware, I firmly believe he did nothing wrong and look forward to the day these charges are dropped. Thank you. Okay, there's a lot of shit to unpack here. Firstly, and I think the most important thing to come out of this, is that Mr. Beast has no way to say he did not know about this. Apparently, even the man's mom knew. Now, this is a complex and delicate situation because can people change? Yes. And Mr. Beast is his own person. If he ran a different kind of company that did not directly involve children, and he wanted to give a guy a chance at turning his life around, you do you, Mr. Beast. I'm not your daddy. Do I support it? In this case, no, I don't. But you do you. However, you don't do you, and you don't do this when you have a YouTube channel that interacts with and targets children. This is unacceptable. There's no way, there's no circumstance where this is okay. You cannot hire a registered sex offender when this is your line of work. Somebody somewhere fucks up the background check, something isn't found, you find out later and then you fire them. That's one thing. But knowing this and deciding to hire him anyways, I mean, you've got to be fucking insane. Now look, I'm not trying to speculate here, but I'm going to. Obviously nothing I'm saying here can be proven. But when you start to put these pieces together and you really look at it with all the context we've got, you really start to wonder what the fuck is going on with this group of people. You've got the Ava Chris Tyson shit. We already talked about how weird it was for these guys to be filming in a house where those posters were visible with nobody saying anything. You've got this super inappropriate and weird Discord conversations coming out, and now we've got this. I mean, at some point, things stop being coincidences, and you've got to wonder what's with the concentration of this kind of person making it to the higher levels of the MrBeast company. Now look, this could just be a case of survivorship bias. MrBeast works with so many people that it's sort of unlikely for no bad eggs to come through, is what I would say if there wasn't what appears to be evidence that MrBeast knew about all of this while these people were working for him. Look, it's one thing to hire a person and then find out they're a not so good person. It's a different thing to employ them through that. Look, I'm not trying to speak for anybody at the MrBeast company or speak for their morals, but if I was working on a project and somebody came up to me and said, hey, this new guy, yeah, he's on the registry for doing something to an 11-year-old. We can't use his real name and we have to hide his face. I would have said, oh, okay, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be a part of that. So you really got to start wondering, what is the work environment like on these sets where everyone was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. We can hide this guy's identity because if people found out who he really is, we'd be in some real deep shit. Like, what the hell is going on? And look, this guy can say that he's a great person, a great husband, an amazing friend, all this shit. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's lying. This is about MrBeast knowing what the situation was, knowing what he does for a line of work, and deciding this guy is a good fit anyways. That's unacceptable. This is a step beyond faking your videos or doing unfair giveaways. This is some real devious shit. It would be one thing if MrBeast just hired the guy and he stayed behind the scenes. Still bad in my opinion, but it would be objectively better than putting him in videos where you give him a fake name and you cover up his identity because you knew what you were doing was wrong. It makes me want to put all my money into shovels because this hole seems to be getting exponentially bigger for the MrBeast team. Well guys, what do you think? Are people like me overreacting? Was this just MrBeast trying to do some good? Because I can't believe that's the case. I refuse to believe that. There are too many similar things coming out about people who work for this company for me to be like, oh, this is just another coincidence. This is just such a terrible look for everybody involved because who knows how many people had to work together to try and cover this up. And who knows what other kinds of situations like this one slip through the cracks. With how much has been coming out about this company and MrBeast, I'm honestly kind of worried about what the next couple of weeks are going to look like. Is this where it ends? Is this the worst of the worst? I doubt it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Okay, here we go. I'm excited for you. I've got goosebumps up my arms and butterflies in my stomach and a light film of sweat on my upper lip.
Everything changes the moment you step on the road. You can stay on track, indulge in every craving. The shape of this world state takes new places you only dreamed of. Your voyaging.
I'm not looking about. Don't you talk to me like that. So, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, we're here in Newport, taking a look at the port of Newport. So we've come to the east gate, and this is port security. It's located right next door to Mon Timber, where they have customer parking and a sales counter. So you enter this driveway here, and trade and DIY welcome look. We've got the delivery mural here, 1914 to 2014, supported by ABP. So is that who runs this port? ABP. Oh yeah, it is. Want to keep it, mate? What's your first name? Nice to meet you, Lee. Take care. That was Lee. Smelled like tarmac. Sorry. So yeah, we're going to go past this restriction. Let's have a quick look what we can see. There's a big sign there with lots of companies on, I presume. Let's have a look at that. All the way from A1 down to... Oh, the barrier's in the way now. I need to get a little bit closer.
Okay, time to open the vault. Take out your phone and trigger the door.
All the way down to B46.
Put on a mask if you haven't already and get inside.
A lot of empties as well. Sounds good, going.
Okay, now
Sims
find the
do
safety
it.
deposit box.
DJ like that.
You found the box?
The likes of the Sims do it.
Get out the drill.
I think they even sent him a letter saying you are barred from every single Sims site. What do you like, DJ? I'm not coming in now. Just filming. Alright. Nah, I'm not coming in late. I might go in later down West Way. Well, that's council down there. Yeah, you've got a lorry. I'll talk to you in a minute when it's a bit quieter. Yeah, the problem is when they start talking to me, we get a bit of a backlog. Phil, on previous video, down on that side of the site, down on this side of the site is where we're going to have the Vista Centre that was spotted on the plans. It's over there. So it's right next to the M4. And the A4042. That's fine again. Oh yeah. Got no authorised entry. Electronic surveillance in place. No way. Deep water. The signature report on this. All the normal PPE. Visitors are liable to be served. Let's see if we can communicate with this gentleman here. So mate, there's nothing coming now. Vehicle coming now, so I'll move out the way. So mate, I know you've got a restriction here, right? But you know West Way, down the back, is there any restriction on that road? Can I go up to the Pascal route footage? I think I can. I'll go and have a look, alright? I know you've got a restriction here. I know you can't come in here, but down West Way.
You can go around the other way.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell him on the other side. He ain't going to let him in there either, so.
No, there's no restriction according to the map.
Yeah,
I'll have a look.
anything on this board is ABP property.
What I'm talking about is a barrier. Is there a barrier on West Way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Barrier like this one.
Is there? Whereabouts? Would you want to let this guy in?
When you go down there, when you go around.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Comes up, I'll call
So-
you in the meantime, if anyone comes belongs to me. I'll mention you to
So when I put it under the A48, where's the restriction? Where? What, about here somewhere? Oh, that? Okay. Alright. It's a little bit closer to where I want to be, you see, because I'm going to fly the drone over, and I'll do it from down there. Alright, thank you, mate.
You ain't dynamite, so.
Well, the airspace is not owned by the port, is it?
We've had emails about it, so.
Oh, can I see it?
No, I can't see it.
Alright. Shall I speak to the guy down at West Way?
Yeah, we can be going to.
Well, I don't want to. I just want to carry on, like. Because it says on the map, West Way is council land.
Only outside the barrier.
I think it's all the way down past the barrier. I'll go and check anyway. Thanks for your help, mate. So yeah, as always, we've done a little bit of homework. As shown on the screen just there, West Way said it's council maintained. So let's make our way down to West Way and see what happens.
The world has seen spectacular progress over the last century.
So here we are, West Way in Newport. Welcome to the port of Newport. So there is a restriction for vehicles here, but the barrier does not extend to the public footpath, does it? It's down here. Sorry? Film. I can, mate. I can. Oh, you here, let me go up the bike. I'll come over, I can't hear you. Oh. You're right.
Permission.
I've already checked.
Yeah, well, we don't know nothing about it.
I've not finished my sentence. I've already checked. Hi, mate. Hi, do you want a key, Rick? What's your first name? Nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've already checked.
Can I have a little look for my missus?
You cheeky sod. There you go, mate.
Top man. Cheers, bud. Thank you.
Yeah, we do this all the time. This road here, it's council adopted road.
Right, okay.
So